Okay, welcome everybody. Saturday afternoon back in Superior at the sports stable against Rampage. On defense, Lars and Xander, Chase, Owen, and Landon up front. Getting ready for the puck drop, 17 minutes. Puck back to Rampage. Come near board, send it in the middle, almost intercepted by Chase. They kick it down behind our net, picked up by Lars. Lars is met with a high hit in the face. Puck comes up and out of the zone. They dump it back down, and the delayed offside, so a free out for us if we can get going. Chase took a hit, and it looks like maybe we're going to be, tripping. Going to be on our first power play with 26 seconds gone in the game. 17. First he headhunted Lars, and then he came out and tripped Chase, so hopefully they call it a tight game. First power play unit out there consisting of Riddick. I see Lincoln, Owen, Chase, Landon. Am I missing anybody? Maybe not. Picked up by Rampage, battle in the corner, finally taken away by Riddick. Riddick walks in, sends it to the back door to Landon that was cutting, but it was picked up by Rampage. They shoot one. In net, we've got Phillip. I didn't mention that. The laid offsides, puck swings around to the near boards, picked up by Owen Senyas. Senya goes behind, leaves it for Landon. Landon moves it up to Lincoln. Lincoln through neutral ice, down to the top of the circle, fans on a shot, circled around behind the net, just gets it over to Chase, Chase back up to Landon, Landon at the point, over to the near point, Senya. Senya back pedals and walks the line, sends one in, and score. Oh, how did that not go in? Chase and Lincoln were right there. The puck, I guess, went off the top bar, comes over to shot, and covered by their goalie, Parker Hay, who used to be our goalie last year, number 88. So we've got 1 minute left in the power play. Caden. Sorry. Yep, thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. I get too caught up in just talking and not really looking at the screen. Ryan, face-off win. Circled around, far corner, shot, bad save. Puck swept to the near boards by Rampage. Rampage grabs it, and Colt comes in there. Caden is in there. Ryan just loses an edge. Puck comes up and out. TJ and Lars are holding down the D on this line. Held up by Lars. Phillip left the puck for him. Lars skates it up. He goes wide side over to TJ in front of the bench. Takes a hit. Puck is bouncing around. Ryan tries to pick it up. He moves it back to TJ. TJ across to Lars. Lars, top of the circle, sends one in. Chipped. And kid tackles Colt. Like, is that fair? I don't know. That should be a call. Oh, there's a puck in front. Loose. The puck is still loose. Colt is still getting monkeyed around with by that guy and not letting go of him. So the power play is over. They're back to even strength. Lars picks it up in the near corner, sends it all the way down, chipped into the zone by Caden. Nice job. James Beeler is on wing. He goes out after it. Fisher's there. Jack comes in. Jack grabs it at the hash. Goes to the far corner, tries to get it around. Nobody there for our team. They bounce it up off the boards, but it's held in by Caleb. Caleb sends one to the net and forces a save by their goalie Parker. So it's like a forward line change now. We got Caleb and Bjorn on defense, Ryan, Lincoln, Caden up there on offense. Lincoln takes the face off. Puck is loose, picked up by Rampage, skated behind their net. Bounce pass in front of their bench, backhanded up and out. Taken by Bjorn, and he sends it into our bench for a whistle. Looks like these guys are running not too many forward lines. And if you see how big this number 23 back on defense is, he walked by me coming in here. He's probably 6 inches taller than I am, and I'm 6'2", so the kid's really big. Puck comes up, gets out. Caden goes. Ryan's going with him. Over to Ryan. Ryan breakaway. Misses it. Oh, gets tripped up at the last second. I don't know how that happened, but we had a great opportunity. Sent back down to Caden. Caden touches it, picked up by big number 2-3. And they get up over to Bjorn. Bjorn walks it in. Shot into the near corner. Lincoln bangs it back down to Caden. Caden behind the net. Centering pass gets deflected wide. Up off the glass and out of the zone. Picked up by Bjorn. Circles around, hard up off the glass. Batted down by Lincoln. He swings it way back over to Bjorn. Bjorn comes near side to Caleb. Caleb takes a golf swing at it. And kid almost gets a shot off. Interrupted by Caden. Lincoln bangs it up and out, and that's going to be icing. As Chase falls over the boards onto the ice. So, Chase Landon, Kane is on D with Xander, Owen at center, Jacob Smith is out with the wrist. Not risking it. He has it all. He has a brace on it. Doesn't want to injure it. There's an outlet pass from Chase that misses Landon, and it goes down for icing. At 12:51 left in the first period. So there's the good news with shots. We are tracking them, and they are to our advantage. 7-0 right now. We've been putting on some good pressure. Part of that has come from the power play that we've had. There's a good pass up to Landon. Landon, makes the move, tries to get through, gets picked. Owen picks it up. Centering pass over to Landon. Backdoor to Chase. Chase, far corner. Backs it up to TJ. TJ walks across. Shot. Stick save by Parker. Puck in the corner. Almost taken away by Owen. Touched back by Rampage, and rankings. There's a good hit by Chase. I guess Rampage is just ahead of us in the rankings, so we're like third in Colorado. Shots. First really good opportunity, but a great save by Phillip. Good shot by Rampage. Right in the breadbasket. So, all right, Jackson, Fisher, Jack, Xander. No, not Jack. I don't see Jack. Riddick, Lars. Lars and Xander. Colt, sorry. I don't know why I had Fisher. It's Jackson, Colt, Riddick. Jackson bangs it down. Tries to get through. Runs his guy up into the board in front of their bench. Floated down into the far corner of the defensive zone. Backhanded around by Xander. Outlet pass doesn't make it across the blue line. They swing it back down behind our net. Xander gets it in the far corner, and then he chips it up and out and gloved down by Rampage and then sent back down. That was actually on net. Back to Xander. Xander backhands it around to Lars. Lars picks it up in the near corner to the hash marks and then up and out, and that is going to be no icing. Colt runs his big dude into the boards, and then Riddick does the same thing, but they get by our guys, and it's a 2-on-2 going back the other way. Centering pass, nobody there for Rampage. Comes all the way to the near boards. Near corner, up, and James flicks it out of the zone, and they get it back in. Have to clear the zone. Caleb picks it up. He sends it around to Bjorn. We sent it down, and then the refs in the stands are saying that wasn't icing, but the ones on the ice say it was. 10:56 left in the first. 8 shots us, 2 them. Puck is in the near corner, picked up by Rampage, walked through. Bjorn pushes him aside. They backhand it up to the near point. Back down behind the net, gets underneath Bjorn's stick all the way to the far boards. Kid works around, backhands it to the near side. Picked up by Caleb. Caleb floats it right through the crease. And then Bjorn slams it up to James. James touches it, but it's picked up by a Rampage player, and Caleb has to grab it again. Rampage has it in neutral ice, and they float it down into the defensive end. 10:22 remaining. Up to James. James, go ahead and skate it. Skate it, skate it, skate it. They take it. Fisher tries to hold it into the offensive zone. Caleb backhands it kind of blindly in front of our bench, and Bjorn steps up into it to Jack. Jack backhands it through traffic coming off of their bench, and Bjorn chases far corner. Nice job, Bjorn. Get in there. Up and right past Riddick. That should be icing, and there's an arm in the air. I'm not going to make you dizzy by following it down and back. You're welcome. 9:51 left in the first. It's Ryan, Lincoln, Caden, and Kane, and TJ. Puck goes back. Lincoln bangs his guy up into the boards. They squirt it into the corner, backhanded up. TJ backs out of it, sends it back down in. We have to clear the zone. Caden comes out, but that gives him a free clear pretty much. But almost picked up by Lincoln. Oh. Now it's a 2-on-2 heading the other way. Centering pass, kid goes through, chips it just wide of the net. That was a solid play by them. Up to Ryan. Ryan makes a move to the hash, tries to cut through, but gets picked. Lincoln grabs it, gets picked also. They grab it in the near corner. Centering pass to exit. Skated up and shot. Fielder, another former Rider, puts it on net. Lincoln, wide side to Caden. Caden makes it in front of the bench. He's got a trailer with Ryan. He gets run up into the corner and break out. 3-on-3, 2-on-3. Xander steps into a body. Nicely done, right in front of our bench. And then that's Lars trying to grab it. That's Landon, kicks it around to Xander. Xander far corner, moves it up to Chase. Chase just goes off the front of his stick, turned it over to a Rampage, and then he misfires on the outlet pass, but they get it out in front through neutral ice, picked up by Lannon. Lannon sends it to the red line. Then Lannon grabs it again, leaves it for Chase. Chase walks in. Chase walks around, gets picked by a Rampage D, and they send it up into neutral ice, picked up by Xander. Backpedals into our zone. Lars touches it up through to the other blue line. Xander grabs it again. Xander's gotten a lot of touches. He makes a move to the outside in front of our bench, but he gets picked at the top of the far circle. Owen comes in to try to recover it. Lars hustles into the near corner, and puck is loose. Landon gets it out. Glove down by Chase. Chase bounces it up to Landon. Landon tries to get it at the near circle dot, but Rampage picks it up and goes to the far side. Owen takes the puck away, comes out. Oh, nice hold there for a second by Bjorn, but then it comes out, sent down behind Ryder's net. Bjorn sends it up to Jackson. Jackson leaves it for Colt. Oh, puck is loose in front there. Opportunity for the Riders. Puck is in the near corner. Colt is banging for it. Riddick gets it back to Bjorn. Bjorn sends one just wide right of the net. Colt gets over to pick up the loose change. He gets it up to Caleb. Caleb across to Bjorn. Bjorn sends one shot. Loose puck, rebound. And puck is still in front, but they blow the whistle anyway. Puck, ref must have lost sight of it, but that was a really good opportunity. That line's creating some chaos out there. Get a couple more opportunities on net, and one of these has to go in. 3 shots for them and 12 for us. So I have a feeling that one's going to wind up in the back of the net here soon. Riddick takes the face. Jackson is just behind him to his right. Bjorn on defense. Over to his left is Caleb. Jackson works it, but picked up by Rampage and send into our zone. Nice stick by Bjorn. Bjorn causes a turnover. Bjorn picks it up behind the net, and he outlets it to Jackson. Jackson makes a move, but he can't quite get away from it. They pick it up at the bottom of the circle, centering pass, but beautiful job by, oh my gosh. Puck is loose. Rampage has it back to the point. Kid fans on it, and we got an odd man rush going the other way. Jackson. Jackson cuts to the middle. Nice move to the middle. Oh, just sent to the side by their defense. Puck comes up. Kane just gets beyond him, but picked up by Fisher, who sends it back down into the offensive zone. James comes out. Kane steps up, but it goes across the blue line. Jack comes across. Fisher grabs it and looks for some room. He leaves it for TJ. TJ sends it up to the near boards. James picks it up at the hash, and he goes wide to TJ. TJ, big outlet pass. He was looking for Fisher, but it got deflected at center ice. There's a bounce pass up into neutral ice. Glove down by James. Picked up by Rampage and skated into our zone. Nice body. Who was that? That was Fisher. No, that was Kane putting a good body on him. Separate the man from the puck. Oh, that should have been a hit right there. Kid just danced around Fisher. Kane. They have possession. They bounce it back up to the near point. Send one just wide, well, way wide, left of the net. TJ up off the glass, and he needed to get it out, so that's going to be no icing? How can that be? Jack was putting on a nice forecheck. They backhanded up into neutral ice. Back to Xander. 5 minutes remaining into the first. Xander scoots around behind the net. He outlets it up to Jack, but it just got beyond him. They wave the icing on this one. Lincoln comes in with some speed. Goes behind. Almost. Lars bangs it back down. Lincoln's behind the net. Lincoln. Far corner. Ryan's there. Ryan takes it. Getting battered around. Back down to Caden. Xander pinches down in the corner. Ryan tries to pry it off the goal line down there. Caden comes in to help him. Lincoln's waiting for loose change. Lincoln. Victor Ryan. Over to Xander. Xander to Lars. Lars sends one in off a defender. Deflected into the far corner. And then around behind. Oh, center pass and beautiful setup. Lincoln to Caden. Whoa, that was a hell of a play right there. Good save by their goalie, but nice little backhand pass by Lincoln up to Caden. Caden with the one-timer into the goalie. 4:09 left. 13-3 are the shots. 0-0 is the score. Owen Chase, Landon Bjorn, and Caleb. Puck sent towards the net. There we go. Caleb steps into a man, picked up by Bjorn. Bjorn got rid of the puck, and then they dumped him anyway after the play. He scoots back down. There's a guy in the middle. Nice job by Caleb to deflect that centering pass. They get it up to Chase. Chase chips it around. Big number, slow dude. 23. Shot. Saved by Parker. Oh, shoot. Chase went in with some frickin' speed, but luckily it was at a pretty shallow angle, so no harm, no foul. He's like just readjusting his elbow pads from that one, but he came in with some heat. Nice shot. Owen takes the face off. Landon's near. One back by Rampage. They backhand it up to Chase. Grabs it. Tries to get it down. That was a good beat by Chase on that big number 23 defense. The kid that I told you is like 6 inches taller than me. I bet he's 6'7" anyway. Oh, backhanded. Caleb, nice job and solid body. Picked up by Chase. Chase makes a power move. Leaves it for, I don't know who that was. That was Caleb. There's a shot and save. Nice pressure. Good job, boys. Good pressure. 15 shots. Yeah, I thought it was in. Thought I missed it. It's a good thing I didn't miss that, but also a bad thing I didn't miss it because it didn't go in. Riddick, Jackson, and Cole, I think. Yes. Yep. Colt, far corner. Backhands it around, right over Riddick's stick. There we go. Jackson put a nice body on him. Floated out of the zone. Oh, TJ had gone down, but Kane jumped up and grabbed that puck and then gloved it. If he didn't, they would have had a breakaway. Nice job by Kane. Kane, red line, sends it deep, right off the inside of the ref's leg. Go held up. Nice job, Colt. Banging. Riddick comes in to try to pull it away. There you go, Colt. Runs him up into the ref. There's a loose puck. Back up to the point. TJ across to Kane. Kane sends one in, and there's a little floating puck that comes through right under Jackson's stick. Rampage go out the other way. Nice stick by Riddick to interrupt the flow, but they get it down behind our net. TJ picks it up at 2:15 remaining. Jackson hard up and out. Nope, didn't come out. Stayed in. Kid walks around top of the circle. Kane runs into him. Behind the net. Wrap around attempt. I don't know if that went through the crease, but it wound up in the near corner anyway. It went either behind the net or through the crease. Either way, it looked really dangerous. Kane has to get up there. He grabs it, and at the red line, they outlet it back down into our zone. That should be icing. No, picked up by TJ behind our net, and up off the glass glove down by Jack Stewart. Jack kicks it up, picked up by James. Almost pulls it through that big number, slow 23. He's going to be good to, I mean, he's huge, but he's like slow as hell. Xander forces his guy to the wide and no penalty called. That was a good play by Xander. And Fisher comes out with it. He's got James. He's got Jack behind him. Fisher sends one in, gets deflected by a Rampage defender, and it's 3-on-2 heading the other way that they peel off. Now it's 2-on-2. Kid moves up through. Nice job by Lars to step into his way. Fisher backhands it around to James. James shovels it over to the side to Jackson, or Jack. Jack goes down to the corner, centering pass. Nobody there. Actually, who's there? Fisher was there. Jack still has it. Jack goes back up to the point. Caleb back down to Jack. Jack loses a hold of it. Picked up by Lincoln. Lincoln moves it up to Caleb. Caleb bounces it down back near the goal, and Lincoln puts some good pressure back on. Comes into the zone. Ryan has to hold because Lincoln was still way deep in the zone. He couldn't dump it. Lincoln gloves it down. Leaves it for Ryan. Ryan moves in. Ryan. Lincoln is in the corner. Back up to the point. Bjorn across to Caleb. Caleb to Lincoln. Lincoln sends one through. Shot saved. Glove saved by the goalie. Nice movement. That's what I'm talking about. Some passing, catching, looking like hockey, not like kickball. Good job, boys. All right. Ryan, Lincoln, Caden up front. Bjorn, Caleb on defense. Face off by Lincoln. To the corner. Bjorn sends one off of a kid's glove. Picked up by Ryan. Ryan moves and just loses a hold of it. Comes back to Lincoln. Lincoln up in front and score! Caden from Lincoln gets, I told you it was coming. Nice job. Good pressure. Ryan got it down. Lincoln picked it up behind the net. Centering pass. Caden puts it in. Way to go, boys. I might want to put my scoreboard up too. Oh, they're saying no goal. How is that no goal? All right. So I have to take that off. We're back to zeros. So doesn't count, but because it was the end of the period, I was too busy watching the action, didn't listen to the buzzer, but apparently it buzzed, and then we put it in like a second later. So goal is waved, back to zeros. Start of the second period.
Will they go back to the bottom of the pile? God, I am so look. And so do they go back to the bottom of the pile?
Okay, let's repeat that and get it on the board. Hi. Okay, start of the second, 0-0, Owen Chase, Landon up front. Puck drop, kick back to Bjorn. Bjorn across to Caleb. Caleb moves it up. Chase gets hooked, no call. They outlet it in front of their bench. Walk down low, comes in. There's going to be a penalty or maybe not. Net is off. Kid ran into it. Got pulled down, but no call. New D, Kane and TJ, same forward line. Owen, win back by Rampage. Rampage sends one off of Chase out of the zone. Cross ice, was looking for Landon, but it went behind him. Picked up by Rampage in the near corner and sent up to Kane. He floats it back down in the far corner, held up by Parker Hay, their goalie. Leaves it for a D. It's going right through the crease. They move it up, goes over Kane's stick. TJ picks it up and backhands it into their bench for a whistle. Just under a minute gone in the second period. Riddick, Colt, Jackson, Xander, and Lars, I think. Puck comes back. That almost looked like it went out. Picked up by Lars. Lars moves it up, picked up by their D, up off the boards. And Colt gets it into the zone. Jackson moving it ahead. Into the corner, centering pass by Jackson. Great effort, but they outlet it. One man coming against Xander. Xander drives him wide. He pulls up. Leaves it for a trailer. Picked up by Colt almost. There we go. There's a 2-on-1 going the other way. Oh, Jackson goes down. Colt goes after it. Jackson lost an edge, and Jackson's going to the net. Riddick comes in with the puck. Leaves it for Colt. Colt looking. Shot. And puck is loose in front. Still gets kicked out way back and out of the zone. Picked up by Xander. Xander gets it back in. We need to clear. They skated up and out. Ryan is out there. Xander's still out there. Ryan comes in to try to get it. Lars is there. Xander puts his guy up on the boards. Nice job. Puck behind the net. Lincoln races over to it. They kick it behind the net. Picked up by Xander. Xander, come on, move it. Big pass up to Ryan. Ryan, I don't know what happened, if it was a save or a miss or what. Had a little breakaway. Lincoln battling in the far corner. Caden is there, but the puck is taken up and out by Rampage in front of our bench and then sent into the defensive zone, held up behind our net by Phillip, and then a Rampage kid gets there, takes it away. The puck is loose. We leave it for them. They walk through the middle. Dangerous area. Caden comes out with it. Caden across the blue line. Backhands it into the offensive zone. Over Lincoln and into the defensive zone. Bjorn is back. Chips it up. Caden moves it up to Lincoln. Lincoln. What? Offside. That was a late offside whistle. Fisher, Jack, James up front. TJ Kane on defense. Win back. TJ zings it into their zone. Skated behind. Left for Fisher. Kid takes, yeah. There's a trip coming. Nice job, Fisher. Gonna be on the PP again. 20 shots, us 3 for Rampage. Kid heads to the box. Our power play unit comes on. Face off in our offensive zone. Riddick, Landon, Owen, Lincoln, Chase. Riddick at center. Puck back to Owen at the point in front of our bench. Owen chips it down. Chase gets off the ice. He's at the bottom of the circle. He bounces it up to Owen. Owen moves it to Riddick. Riddick down to Chase. Back up to Riddick. Back up to Owen. Walks across the line. Bottom of the circle. Starting pass. One-time shot. Chase sent it, but it went off the bar, I think. Goes through to the other side. Picked up by Riddick. Up to Owen. Owen again. Back to Riddick. Riddick walks to the top of the circle. Down low. Lincoln. Riddick. Shot. Whoa, that was a... Kid runs Lincoln after Dalrymple. Runs Lincoln after the play, and I'm sure he's going to be heading to the bench. Thank you very much. We'll take that 5-on-3. Don't keep complaining about it. When you hear the whistle, you got to stop the play, dick. Looks like Lincoln's going also. Yeah, for taking a cross check in the face. Okay. Makes a lot of sense to me. We're still a man up. Ryan comes on. Same. Rest of the line is the same. Puck into the corner, taken by Rampage, pinned up. Riddick tries to kick it away. Picked up by Rampage again. Big backhand up and out. Splits our D. Goes all the way down. 1:04 remaining on the man advantage. Owen skates it out. Moves around one player. Moves it up to Landon. Landon leaves it for Riddick. Riddick tries to get it across to Ryan. Ryan picks it up in the near boards, sends it back up to Owen. Owen across to Riddick. Riddick way across. One-time shot by Landon, and then they grab it, send it the length of the ice. Owen skates back, picks it up, comes to the near boards, goes wide across to Landon again. Landon squirts up in front of our bench, sends one in. Puck is around the back of the net. Parker grabs it. Again, people are pushing and shoving. 12-13 left in the second period. Probably about another 4 minutes left in the half. All right, Bjorn, Colt, Cade, and Caleb. One more. Jackson. There we go. 23 left on the man advantage. Colt takes the face-off. Puck is loose, kick back to nobody. One on, Bjorn races back. Picks it up in the near corner, holds up. 13 seconds, 12. Over to Caleb. Caleb, nice wide pass over to Colt. Colt gets in, makes a move down to the bottom of the circle. And we grab it. That's Caden sends one. Puck is loose in front, still loose. Can't get anything on the rebound. Backhanded by Caden behind the net, picked up by Rampage and then sent up. Oh, just jumped over Bjorn's stick. Picked up by Caleb. Caleb bounces it up. Picked up by Rampage at the far hash. Centering pass. Nice job by Colt to chip it. Almost got it out of the zone. But it comes to the near side. They're back to even strength. Big pass up to Caden. Caden's got a partial breakaway. He moves in. Oh, shit. He hit. I think that was maybe Fielder. Yeah. That was a big defensive hit by Chase. That's the other ex Rough Riders player. Spent the last year and this year at Rampage. Xander across to Lars. Lars sends one in, and glove save by Parker. .11:03 left in the second. Boxes are cleared. Lincoln goes to the bench. Fisher takes the face off. Jack is on the near side. James is on the right side. Xander and Lars are back. Back to Lars. Lars sends it down low to James. James working that far hash. Fisher comes in to try to get it. He does get it up to Lars. Lars sends one. Blocked side. Xander tries to get an angle on it and shoots it. Gets deflected into the far corner. Bunted up by James, but then it comes up. Oh, nice hold by Lars. He batted that down and it died right at the blue line and kept it in. Jack is battling at the near hash. James gets it, tries to center it, but nobody's there. Jack grabs it, shot, save by Parker. And that was a good opportunity by Jack. Nice play. Yep, gets a tap on the head for that one. Or James for getting it to Jack. Now we've got Chase Owen landing up front. TJ Kane on defense. Puck win back. Chase, TJ across to Kane. Kane back to TJ. He bangs it into the far corner. Chase is trying to get it, but they get it up and out. Kane, nice spin move and recovers on that puck. Then he bats it down with his feet and sends it across to Chase. Chase backhands it, trying to hit Landon. And then Chase comes out with it, gets into the zone. Top of the circle, backhand. Oh, nice centering pass. Trying to hit Owen on that backside, but it got deflected right at the last second. For turnover is forced into the zone, into our defensive zone. TJ goes, centering pass, picked up by Chase. Chase floats it ahead to Landon. Landon skating. Puck is chipped up and out of play into the bench. Into the stands, I mean, not the bench. 9:34 remaining. Probably about another minute of action before we hit the locker room. Riddick, Colt, Jackson up front. Bjorn and Caleb on defense. Riddick gets removed. Jackson comes in at center. Puck's one back. Bjorn sends one, blocked off of, and it's a breakaway. Nice save, Phillip. Secondary opportunity gets deflected in the corner. Jackson comes through, loses a handle on it, loses an edge on it. Picked up by Caleb. Caleb backhands it around to Bjorn. Bjorn turns it over, but Riddick forces it, almost gets taken down. 9:04 left. Colt gets over there, backhands it down to, comes up. Oh, Caleb almost kept that one in. He moves it across to Xander. Xander hits Colt. Puck is high sticked into the zone. Taken out by Rampage through neutral ice. Kid comes wide. Xander pushes him aside. Puck goes to the far corner. Let's grab it, boys. Lars is back there. Ryan, Lincoln causes a turnover. Puck comes back. We got two guys pressuring, Caden and Lincoln. Caden is there. Caden working the boards. Ryan comes in. They bang it up. Puck is loose. Comes out of the zone. Xander steps up for it. Backhands it up to by the Riders bench. Lincoln. It's offsides, I think. I don't know who was, but they call an offsides. Halftime.
Nice job, boys. Keep it up. Keep it up.
At the end of the half, 0-0 is a score after they waved one. Well, I guess it went in after the horn blew on the end of the first period. Lincoln to Caden. And we're knotted at 0. But 26-4 are the shots, so we're definitely dominating in that department.
Okay.
Let's see what the second half brings to us. So hang in there. Join us in about 10 minutes or so. Okay, here we go. Welcome back to the start of the second half. Score at zeros. And looks like we're getting kicked off with Ryan at center, Lincoln on a wing, and Caden on a wing. Xander and Lars back on defense. Riders will be working from our right to our left in case you're just listening in the car. Our face-off is in front of our bench. The Rampage center gets bounced. Puck is almost dropped. Lincoln and the kid are banging out on the wing, and the ref is telling him to move back. Lincoln's not going to let him go. Puck back, nice win back. Xander up into the zone. Puck is loose, chipped over to Lincoln. Lincoln sends one. Caden sends one. Oh, blocker saved by Parker. Picked up by Ryan. Ryan backhanded around Caden. Caden, far corner. Caden still has it. Moves it to a Rampage kid, and they get it up and out. Oh, backhanded across. Lincoln sends it deep from in front of our bench. Comes to the near boards. Ryan pinches down at the hash marks. Rampage player on the ice. Puck goes behind the net. Lincoln comes in and takes it away. Back behind. Lincoln goes to the boards. They poke it up and out, and it's Xander against a Rampage player. Xander grabs it, skates it behind our net, and then runs it up off the boards. Ryan almost chips it out, but it doesn't come out. It goes back down behind our net for Xander. Xander turns it over. Bottom of the far circle, centering pass, deflected wide by Lars. Lars high up into the netting. 6:53 left in the second. So the start of the second half. Halfway through the second period. TJ, Owen, Landon, Chase, and maybe Bjorn out on the far side. No, Kane. Sorry. Kane is in the far corner. They kick it around to the near boards. Chase gets over there, puts a body on him. They float it back down to the far corner again. Centering pass deflected behind the net. Comes to the near boards, picked up by Chase. Chase skates it out, floats it ahead just behind Landon. Puck goes over in front of our bench, but Owen has to hold it out of the zone. He moves it back to TJ. TJ bounce pass up, trying to hit Landon. They cycle it behind their net and then up the far boards. Kane pinches down, does a nice job, but then Rampage gets it out, picked up by Owen. Owen moves it up to Landon. Actually, that was Chase that moved it up to Landon. Owen was looking for a turnover. They backhand it up to the near boards, back up to TJ. TJ sends one through, but Owen had to go off. Chase keeps it in. Riddick bangs it down behind the net. 5:59 remaining in the segundo. Riddick takes a puck away. Nice job, Riddick, putting the body on, tries to backhand it with one hand in front of the crease, but it got deflected. There's a big outlet pass that's going to go for icing, so we're not going to bother to follow that one. Bjorn gets on the ice. Riddick is out there. Jackson is out there. Colt is out there. And Caleb. Riddick takes the face to their goalie. Parker's right in the offensive zone. Caleb's waiting for the win back. Puck is still loose, picked up by Rampage. Skated up, deflected. Back to the blue line. Chase Fielder sends it down deep for icing. He was about 10 feet offside, or on the other side of the red line, sorry. So there's going to be a face-off down to the goalie's right again in the offensive zone. Riddick takes the face-off again. Puck is loose, picked up by Rampage, skated out of the zone. Up into Caleb. Caleb pushes his guy aside. Bjorn sends it hard over to the far boards in front of the Rampage bench. They send it back down behind the net, picked up by Bjorn. Bjorn up to Colt. Colt moves it. Nice pass by Colt up to Jackson. Jackson makes a move to the outside, gets around a defender, almost gets taken down, but puck gets turned over. Bjorn, back to Bjorn at the point. Shot gets deflected and just goes wide into the far corner. Jackson is down there. Jackson picks it up. Puck is loose, taken by Rampage. Then Colt causes a turnover, gets it in the far corner. He backhands it up to Bjorn. Bjorn moves it across to Caleb. Caleb, top of the circle, circles around. Down to the hash mark, backs it down to Fisher. Fisher centering pass, beautiful centering pass, but it goes up to Bjorn. Bjorn sends one in, glove saved by their goalie for a whistle. Good pressure, good movement. And that was a mixed line because Fisher had come out. The rest of the line hadn't had an opportunity to change. Now Jack is out there with James up front, Xander and Lars on defense. Fisher takes the face off. Their center gets bounced again, and he's like doing some shenanigans, making some excuses. As usual, he was the one that went into the box first. And then he was banging with Lincoln. James leaves it for Jack. Jack gets it to Fisher. Fisher can't quite turn around and get the backhanded shot off. They come out. Go into the far corner. They still have possession. Looking for the point. Big number 23 moves it across to 87. Then there's a turnover. Puck is up out of the zone. Jack over to Fisher. Fisher in front of our bench. Fisher shoots one. Pad save by the goalie. Kicked into the far corner. And backhanded into the near corner. Near boards. Xander pinches down on it. Keeps it alive. Nice job. Xander racing over there. Lincoln comes in. Lincoln pulls it around. Lincoln centering pass. One-timer to Jack. Jack has another opportunity. Backhand. And puck is loose. Bodies are flying. Stick is flying. Goalie stick comes way out. Nice job, Jack. Gets it in front of the net. Lincoln was trying to shovel it. That would have been great. A Jack to Lincoln connection. That was a close one. So we're up to 30 shots to their 4. Ryan takes the face-off in the offensive zone. Caden is back. Puck back to Caden. Caden walks across the center. Shot deflected wide. He picks up the rebound. Sends it down to Lincoln. Lincoln down to Ryan behind the net. Caden comes in. Puck is behind the net. Loose. Kicked into the near corner at the hash. Batted up. Up to Rampage. Skated through neutral ice. Nice job by TJ to hold it up at the blue line. Nice job. They send it wide. Lincoln almost picks off that. They get it in. Looking for centering pass. Deflected by TJ into the corner. Picked up by Ryan. Skated behind the net. TJ dumps this guy. We got numbers. Ryan tries to get through. Lincoln does pick it up. Lincoln centering pass to Ryan. Ryan! Oh, pick save by the goalie. But it came back to Ryan. I think Lincoln shot it. And puck comes into neutral ice. Kane battling. Goes down to the end boards. Kicked over to the far corner. Lincoln overskates that one and takes down TJ. No, that was Bjorn. Puck up to the point. Caden tries to get it. Back down behind the net. TJ goes to the far corner. They send it up. Lincoln picks it up. Lincoln moves it through. Lincoln sends it in. Caden has to clear. Delayed offsides. There we go. Caleb finishes a check. Comes back down. Owen gets worked up into the boards by big number 16. And Caleb comes in to help. Owen gets taken down. Leaves the puck for Bjorn. Bjorn skates. Bounce passes it up to Chase. Chase scoots it ahead to Landon. Landon tries to get through, but it gets disrupted into the near hash. Kicked down behind the net. 1:49 left in the second period. Puck comes up, chipped up, and out of play by Rampage. Right over our bench. 1:44 left. Shots are 31-4 en el segundo. 1 minuto 44 segundos quedando en el segundo. And Owen takes the face. Puck win back. Chase backhands it down behind the net. Slammed up. Caleb pinches up, but it gets out of the zone. You're welcome. Oh, Owen just overshot that puck. Rampage is working it. We're trying to force it out of the zone. Picked up by Owen. Scooted behind the net. Almost taken down, but he stays on his feet. He backhands it around over to Caleb. Caleb, big outlet pass. Glove down by Chase. Leaves it for Landon. Landon's got numbers. Oh, to Owen. Owen shoots it and saved by the goalie. Puck is still loose. How is that not going in? Chase sends one in. Glove saved by... Holy mackerel. That was actually some really great hockey, fun to watch. Good plan by both teams. Great save by Parker. Holy crap. Good opportunity by the Riders. Owen was there. Landon was there. Chase was there. Everybody was putting shots on. But Parker came through for him, and he gets a big tap from all their players because they know he just saved their ass. 1:01 left. Riddick gets bounced out. Jackson. Garcia comes in. Puck win back. Oh, comes over to the near boards, and Xander keeps it alive. Nice job by Xander to keep that one in the zone. Off. Oh, it came out. What? He didn't touch it. No. Oh, all the way down. Didn't even touch it. So they're sending it back down because it was like intentional whatever, but Jackson didn't even touch that puck. But they called him for it and emphatically sent it down into our zone. Puck back. Jackson, nice job chipping it out of the zone. He's got a breakaway going down the far side. Sends one in. Save. Puck came off of into the near corner. Oh, and Jackson throws a body. Frickin' buries somebody out there. That was, and the skater comes off. He's not having any more. 39 seconds left. There we go. Another great hit, but there's going to be a penalty coming. Shot scored by Rampage on the delayed penalty. So even though they have 5 shots, they scored 1. We have 32, and this little kid is talking as he goes in front of our bench. Hilarious. Okay. Ryan, Caden, Lincoln, Kane, TJ. Refs are discussing something. Probably talking about that hit. Ryan moves it through. Far corner, Lincoln centering pass. Kick saved by the goalie. Caden couldn't get on the rebound, and they pull it up into the corner, and that's going to be the end of the period. End of the second, down by 1. They scored right at the end. I'd have to go back and watch it. Coach is talking to them about something. I don't think either coach is real happy with the refs. But it is what it is right now. We're down by 1. So, see if we can tie it up and then go ahead. We're going to be working From our left to our right this time for the third period. Rampage is taking their time getting out there. They get a whistle. 33 shots to 5. 0-1 is the score. Puck back, Tej. Tej over to Lincoln. Lincoln sends it in. Caden gets over there. Got some extra urgency now. Lincoln battles. They kick it into our zone. Kane comes back, sends it on the near boards up to Lincoln. Lincoln grabs it, sends it up to Ryan. Ryan loses it at his feet, and they backhand it through neutral ice in front of our bench, picked up by TJ. TJ backpedals. He goes hard up to Caden. Caden chips it back. Kane steps up on it. Puck is loose on the boards. Got in by Ryan. Ryan steps around to check, and they go far side. TJ works his guy up into the boards, but they do manage to get it out. 2-on-3 coming. Shot. That was a little knuckleball. Caden runs his dude up into the boards, and TJ kicks it up. Picked up by Rampage, and nice job by Ryan to cause them to get it out of the zone. Puck through, picked up by Chase. Chase causes a turnover. Ryan is there, Landon is there. They kick it up. We're on a change. They got 3-on-2 going the other way. Bring it near side. Shot, pad save, rebound, save by Phillip. Nice job. Good job, Phillip. Stay with it. Not let daylight get behind that puck, and he followed those rebounds all the way in. Great save, but they probably doubled their shots almost. Well, no, 8. They're at 8 now. They were at 5, so they got 3 in that last little bit. 15:41 remaining in the third. Puck won back by Owen, then sent up the boards to their point. They shovel it down in the far corner. Caleb is working it. Owen comes out with it. Owen circles back, leaves it for Caleb. Caleb, bounce pass up to Landon. Landon just beyond him. They go wide side. Send it up, back to Bjorn. Bjorn kicks it up to Landon. Landon gets in the zone. Held up, top of the circle, centering pass by Owen. Can't hit Chase. They backhand it around to the near corner. And Owen puts some good pressure on him. Landon picks up the loose, leaves it for Owen. Owen walks across the line. Back door over to Chase. Chase sends one off the back side of the net. They slap it up. Top of the circle, picked up by Landon, but then he loses the clutch and it gets kicked out of the zone, picked up by Caleb. Caleb then chipped up and out of play by Bjorn into the stands. Next line, Jackson, Colt, Riddick up front. Lars and Xander face off at center ice. Puck won back by Rampage. Moved across up the boards. That'll be icing. 14.5 minutes left in the third. Face-off will be in the offensive zone to their goalie's left. Riddick wins it back. Jackson backhands it to Lars. Lars at the point. Lars moves it down to the near corner. Jackson gets banged on the boards. Colt is there. Jackson's waiting for it to come out. Riddick is back there. Riddick gets tripped up. No call, even though he was like totally interfered with. Puck comes up and out. Kid scoots around. Moves. Jackson almost gets it out of the zone, but it goes to the far corner. Lars gets over there, squirts away from pressure. Xander takes it. Xander moves it up to Jackson. Jackson tries to hit Colt on the far side. He makes it around that big number 23. Comes back up to Riddick. Riddick, oh, just tried to hit Kane, but he couldn't make it into the zone. He backpedals it over to TJ. TJ up off the boards, out. That's offside. Whistle blown. Yeah, exactly. All the way down is right. Yep, but of course it doesn't work like that. So, why do I see Landon out there with Fisher? So and Jack. So a little bit of a line. I don't know. Something's going on with the lines. Landon tries to get it across. Fisher's out there with Jack and Landon. TJ moves the kid up into the boards, almost into our bench. Picked up by Landon. Landon circles around, moves it to the near corner. Picked up by Kane. Kane battles at the hash marks. Shot goes through. TJ was down on his knees. Puck is still loose. Body's flying. Good job by Kane not to let that one go. Ryan, Lincoln, Caden up front. Ryan. Puck goes to the far side. Caden tries to get over there in front of our bench. They go near side. They keep it in. Go far, top of the far circle. One-timer. Shot chipped wide. Banged up. Not out. Stick save into the corner. Picked up by Rampage. Bjorn is back there. Caleb also. They walk up. Near point. Far point. It's like we're on the PK. Again, they're just walking around, but we have 5 guys out there. Shot save. Saved by Phillip, holds on for the whistle. That really should not have happened. Owen wins it back. Xander, big outlet pass up to Chase. Chase sends it across to Landon. Landon squirts through. Leaves it for Chase, but no, puck went in, but so did Chase. They're gonna call it. I doubt it. No, you watch. This is gonna come back. He was in the net, I think. No, you're calling it goal. Holy cow, I was wrong. There we go. Chase gets it when he goes in. Riders tie it. Nice job, boys. Good pressure. All right, tied game. New game, 12 minutes and 22 seconds left. Chase knew he got that. He came through the line. Nobody else was quite sure of it. And then it was confirmed. Puck up. Xander grabs it, top of the far circle. Batted down by Chase. Chase tries to feed it through to Landon. It gets deflected into the far corner in the offensive zone. Landon grabs it. Centering pass doesn't quite connect with Chase. Rampage skates out. Picked up by Owen. Owen behind our net. Owen shielding the puck. Tries to get it up to the top of the circle. Held up. Met there by 2 Rampage players. They take it away. Come back. Landon gets it up and out. Nice hard up off the glass. Chase goes up after it. And, yeah, that looked like interference, and it is. What the hell? Why isn't there a whistle? That was a high stick on us. Interference. That was total interference. Oh, my gosh. And we're getting the penalty on that? Yeah, I guess not. Because he was trying to go around him. Come on, that was total bullshit call. Chase is in the box, trying to get around the interference, and they call him just because he had his stick around, trying to move around the guy. They call us for a penalty for a high stick instead of them for the interference, and we're a man down, and the faceoff is in our zone. 11:29. Back to their point. Far point, near point. Far point. Shot. Tipped into the netting. Out of play. "12 shots for them right now, 34 for us. We're slowing down on moving it. There, puck went up and all the way down. Jackson, look at him getting after it. Jackson comes in with some heat. Colt gets over there too, rubs his guy up into the boards. Nice job, guys. Good forward pressure. They skated out. 4 men across. Over to Ollie. He makes a move to the middle. Then he gets run off by Bjorn. Up and not quite out. Colt almost caused a turnover there. Centering pass goes to the far boards. Top of the far circle, up to the near point. Shot deflected, bouncing, makes it through to Phillip, and he kicks it over to the near corner. Puck's on the back of the net. Chipped up and to the top of the circle. Colt puts a body on him, but they still get it down behind. Caleb swings it to the near side. Off the boards and out of the zone. Nice job by Bjorn. Colt was doing some good pressure there, and Bjorn slams it down. 45 seconds left in the kill. New line is out there. Kane, Ryan, Owen is out there, and TJ. Puck's coming in. Bottom, behind the net, far corner. Backhanded through the center. Owen almost got there to get it out. They sent it in. It went off Kane into the near corner. Kane is working it through. Kane sends it hard up the boards right in front of our bench. And Owen, foot race. What's going on here? Slashing on Kane. Looks like he's heading to the box. So we're going to be 2 down for 11 seconds. And then we'll be on the kill for 1 man down for another 149. So Xander, Owen, no, who's out there? Maybe Lars. It is Lars. Xander sends it up and out. Nice job, Xander. Good job. That'll kill off that one. 4, 3, 2, 1. And like I said, $1.49 left on the man disadvantage, 1 man disadvantage. Owen is out there. Chase is out there. Lars is out there. Xander's out there. 9:15 left in the third. Taken to the hash marks. Centering pass whiffed on by their dude. They go point to point, far side, top of the far circle, up to the center, back to the near point. Shot! Takes a helmet off of Phillip. I don't know if he just jumped up and came out of it or if that puck actually hit him in the head. It doesn't, he's not shaking his head like he got domed, but that helmet definitely came off and he jumped for it. So, 117 in the man disadvantage, 8:57 in the period. Lincoln at center, Bjorn back, Caden, Caleb. Phillip is contemplating putting on that helmet, taking a drink, talking to the ref. No hurry. Making sure he's okay. Still doesn't have his helmet on. Now he's putting it back on. Okay, there we go. Puck comes back to Rampage. They go far point, near point, far circle. Kid loses it, sends it back up to the far point, and he gets over his stick. Caden with some forward pressure. They skated up. 59 left. Near side shot, saved by Phillip. Puck squirted loose, and Lincoln just got it back to him easily. Puck back to their point. Walks across the far point, up to the near side, top of the near circle. Shot off of their defender, or off of their wing. Then set out of the zone by TJ, 36 seconds. Remaining, held up by Parker behind his net. 1-1 is the score. 8:08 left in the third period. They walk through, down, centering pass, gets deflected in the corner. Jackson sends it hard over to the near corner, and we kind of watch that one. They pick it back up. TJ's reaching for it. Centering pass picked up by Colt. Colt sends one up and out. Nice job, boys. Good kill. Lars goes off. Bjorn comes on for him. They come out. We're back to even strength. Left for Colt. Colt. Back to Bjorn. Bjorn through center into the zone. Riddick goes down after it into the near corner behind the net. They backhand it and then baseball bat it off the ref. They get it up, and Bjorn pinches down, but it squirts behind him, and Caleb comes in to try to recover. Kid has it behind the net. Colt runs him up into the boards, picked up by Jackson. Jackson, he's still thinking it's icing, but he puts that one on net. Smart enough. Clears the zone. Great play. Number 23 can't do anything. See, he gets frickin' picked. He can be big. That's what he's good at. Oh, there's a turnover. Nice save by Phillip. Pad save off of a shot and a turnover. There's another shot and a frickin' waved. That was a tip. Kid was a high stick. It went into the back. 1-5 hole on Phillip off of a kind of a crazy shot, but it was waved and we're still at 1. So both of the teams have had one waved. Puck comes back down into their zone, the offensive zone. Owen, Kane, Landon, and Chase. Puck back, Kane puts it down behind. Chase tries to get it into the far corner, bounces up. TJ sends one off of a skate of a defender into the near boards. Kane bats it down behind the net again, far corner. Chase is there, top of the circle. Picked up by them and sent the length of the ice for icing, number 23. 6:20 left, and we have a 20-shot advantage and a 0-goal advantage. So, face off to their goalie's right in the offensive zone. Owen takes it, Landon, Chase, TJ, and Kane are out there. Puck drop picked up by Rampage. Back behind the net. Sent up. Landon got a stick on it. Chase is there. Trying to work it off the boards. Chase gets it. Chase moves down behind the net, gets taken down, no call. They bounce it up to the top of the far circle in front of their bench and cycle it into the zone. Icing is waved. Kane gets over there. They have it. Centering pass gets chipped wide. Oh, that was dangerous. There's another pass that comes through the crease. Landon gets it. Landon skates it up and out. Hits Chase, but Chase has had enough and he goes off. Owen is still out there pressuring. They backhand it to the near corner. Caden comes out. They go wide in front of our bench back to Xander. Xander up off the boards, picked up by Rampage. Lincoln gets after him. They skate away and turn it over to Xander, and then there's a turnover and a goal. A little bit of a breakaway, and a goal results for Rampage. Now we've got some work to do in the last 5:20. Caden backhands it into the offensive zone. Oh, are you kidding me? What the F are you calling that for? That was a freaking hockey hit. That was a bullshit call. Caleb goes to the box for doing a hockey check. That was a bunch of bullshit. So now we're a man down for 2 minutes with 5 left and 1 goal down. Ryan, Lincoln, TJ, and Caden, they win it back. Ryan gets a stick on it. Kane is back there. Kane, TJ hits a guy from behind, but they backhand it up to the near point and send it down behind the net again. TJ runs him up. There we go. Ryan puts one down on net. Held up by their goalie. To the side. Picked up. A big outlet pass up. And beyond them for icing. Jackson's out there now. Xander kicks the puck down into the zone. Lars and Colt. Jackson, win back by Rampage. Outletted up to the near boards and then picked up by Colt. Colt sends it up to the red line. Rampage takes it over just inside their zone. Skate it through neutral ice across the red, send it to the near corner. It zings around to the far boards, and Xander chips it up and out off of a ref. It would have gone all the way, but Rampage was able to recover it at half ice. Comes out of the zone, they have to skate it in. Xander wraps up his guy. No call on that. 41 seconds remain. Picked up by Colt. Colt is going. Colt goes wide. Bottom of the circle. Pulls around. Oh, he pins it up. But that's actually a good move. He's tying it up, killing off some time. 28 seconds left. Puck comes out. Colt skates it out of the zone. Moves it to TJ. TJ up off the glass, back down into their zone. That was a good job by Colt. Landon puts some forward pressure on, causes the defender to circle around and almost lose the puck. But he skates through center ice, and he dumps it back down into the corner, goes to the far boards. TJ tries to get over there. Picked up by Bjorn. Bjorn up off the boards to Landon. Landon's got Chase. Chase goes into the zone. Chase is still up. Chase loses it, but picks it back up in the near corner. Taken over by Rampage and outletted through neutral ice. Sent around. Bjorn tries to drive him wide. He gets to the end. Centering pass doesn't make it out. TJ picks it up in the far corner. 2:40 remaining. Big up pass up to Chase. Picked up by Owen. And then backhanded down. Thought that went out, but it didn't. Back to Caleb. No, to Bjorn. Bjorn over to TJ. TJ up to Jackson. Jackson goes hard into the far corner. He takes the puck away. Nicely done, Jackson. Holy cow. That was beautiful. Colt is back out there with Riddick and Jackson up on front. Kane and Xander on defense. Puck comes to the near boards. Jackson goes down on it. Gets it behind the net and forces his guy up into the boards and ties up the puck. 1:59 remain. Running out of time here, boys. Let's go. We got to get one in. There's a little odd man rush. Shot save. Puck comes into the near corner. Taken by Kane. Kane gets it up, but they send it back down. Xander grabs it, 1:35 remain. Turns it over, center ice. Kane gets dumped. Chase is out there. Riddick is out there. Line change. Ryan comes on. Xander slams it up in front of our bench, goes out. Taken by Rampage, brought to the near boards, and then they float it to the far corner. Landon, Chase, Ryan. Ryan goes through. He goes wide to Chase. Chase back to Ryan. Ryan moves it up, saved by their goalie. Nice opportunity to Ryan from Chase. Can't quite close it out. Their goalie stood up on that puck. Timeout. Timeout called with 1 minute remaining. We've doubled them on shots. They've just gained a lot in the last period, and they're doubling us on the score. Let's see what we do here in the last minute of play. We've been playing hard, getting opportunities. We just haven't been bouncing our way. The lone goal came from Chase when he must have followed it in. Puck must have gone in first, but it almost looked like he went in first. But both of them wound up in the back of the net. Let's see what we're drawing up here. Both teams are having discussions, as are the refs. Yep, 4 is what you need for a game like this. 4 stripes. Can't say I agree with all the calls, that's for sure. Looks like we're going to be an empty net situation. Phillips out. 1 extra skater. We're going to be Senya, Lincoln, Chase, Riddick, Trudge, and Landon. For the last minute, face off in the offensive zone. Centered by Riddick. Puck drop. Puck loose. Puck's back down to Chase in the far corner. Battle on the boards. People are moving it. Owen does a nice job protecting the puck. Lincoln sends it down deep, but it's going to be picked up by Rampage. Lincoln closes down. Nice job so that they can't outlet it. 35 left. Probably 30 now. I'm not looking at the clock going that way. Can't get it off the boards. Lincoln's working at it. 25 seconds left. Oh, there's a fucking hit from behind. Holy cow. Centering pass by, there's a delayed penalty coming. Riddick was run up into the boards. No, that was Owen. Hit from behind. No, that was Riddick holding his neck. That should be a 2 and 10. Total, yeah, 94's heading to the box. And there, oh yeah, look at this. Look at their coach. Okay, mouth. Uh-huh. You're complaining on your guy running us from behind? Okay, I get it. Now we have a 2-man advantage out there. It's 6 on 4, 14 seconds. Puck is back. Owen. And that's going to be the game. Fumble fucked it right at the end. Couldn't get it through. 3 seconds left. Two-man advantage. Okay. 3.2 remaining. Face off at center ice, but that's going to be the end of the game right there. So puck is this way. And that'll wrap it. Parker gets the win. against his former team. And Riders go down 2-1 at home against Rampage with 37 shots for us, 18 for them. And that'll be a wrap. So thank you for joining us. That was a tough one. Played through to the end though. So that was nice. Better than some of our games last weekend. Still have a little bit of room for improvement, but that's what this upcoming week of practice is all about, right? For them and for us off the ice, everybody can be better. So hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support of the Riders, and go Riders.